Hey folks, Martin Vavra, Galaxy Sailor Productions, new episode for you, and yes, I am sporting my Captain America shirt. Gonna go watch Deadpool tonight. Let's get started. So today's episode is based on an incident that happened to me years ago where I was working on a set. I was actually the editor, but I was on set as things were going on. There was an individual who had claimed that they were a director of photography, and over the 2-day shoot that we had, everything was a complete mess. This has come back around several times. In fact, there was recently a podcast and an article that were being circulated around social media about what it means to be a director of photography. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of director of photography and people who are or aren't, but what I'm going to talk about is how you should represent your skills and your limitations anytime you talk about working on a project. I bring this up because recently I was asked to be a grip on a commercial. I had no problem doing this, but nobody had actually told me the scope of the project, what the budget was going to be. I ended up not being it simply because it turned into a full union shoot. Now, a week after they had done the shoot, I found out more about this thing. It was a big national commercial, there was a lot of money involved, there was a lot of complicated shoots involved. Now, I'm not a grip. I'm not trying to be a grip. Grip is not the position that I do. I have done grip many times, and I'm decent at it on small shoots and small budgets. But if you're dealing with something that is a large budget shoot, I am not your guy. There are a lot of limitations that I bring to that simply because I have not had enough experience or exposure in that job position to be able to do it successfully at a certain level. And that's really what I want to talk about. At what level are you working, and where do you consider yourself at a certain title? There was a quote in Clerks by Kevin Smith in which people had talked about how title dictates behavior. So if you're a director of photography or a key grip on a set, there are certain things that are going to be required of you simply by that title. You are meant to know and understand certain things. Now, if you were to ask me to be on your set as a grip, and your budget was $5,000, I would probably be your grip. I would probably do an excellent job on a 2-day shoot on a very limited budget without a lot of equipment. But if you're having a week-long shoot for a national commercial and your budget is somewhere in the $500,000 range, I'm not your guy, and I should never allow you to think that I am your guy, ever. The digital world has really made things very democratized for all of us, so all of the equipment and the ability to create and upload and do anything with that equipment is free, if not readily available. But the title and the responsibility and the experience that goes with actually successfully completing something hasn't really changed. Now, I realize that's my opinion, but it should take you years to be able to get to a certain point. You should build up a body of work. You should build up a resume of experience. You should have an entire list of things behind you that says that you are qualified to do that, not because you got DaVinci Resolve for free when you got your Blackmagic. The biggest thing that I want to say in this is that for anybody who is new or only a few years into things, you're excited, you've got equipment, you've done some things, but the fact is, this is a career and it's a business as much as it's an art. And if your responsibility to the art and the career and the business are serious, you will understand that it takes time, it takes training, it takes a lot of experience to be able to get to a place to actually represent yourself at certain budget levels, at certain experience levels. You have to actually know what you're doing to be able to fulfill what that title may be. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate you guys being on this one. Tried not to make this episode too much of a ranty one. Hopefully you guys check out all the things down below where you can find me. Please feel free to pass this episode on. Also comment on it, create a discussion if you want to. I would love to hear more from you guys. Thank you so much, and I will catch you on the next episode.